It's the Okay. Run load game. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Clapperboard. And then I need to take a sip of Monster before we start.
Monster Energy.
Fucking
oh my god! You're gonna hear that and just die again.
It's the worst. You're like 20 minutes away from
the climax.
Yes.
The big thing.
Do you want an early hint, or do you want it all to happen at once? Okay. I don't mean an early hint from me. An early hint the game gives you.
So there's gonna be a hint soon, and then the thing's gonna happen.
You already have a hint, but I could point it out now instead of later.
No, just tell me later.
Okay.
Tell me later.
Okay. And that is on record, and we're all good.
Hi, me Dan. This time we play game. Yes, and us. Fishies.
Alright, back to our favorite game. We just can't get enough of this one. We're just having a grand time. Yeah. Everyone's enjoying a lot. It's called Doki Literature Cab.
And where we have many cabs pulled over, but only one has the special Doki literature inside.
Every night, 13,000 cabs hit the streets of the city that never sleeps. But only one of them pays you.
What's a Doki? We don't know
Find
either.
out next series.
Find out never, because we don't know either.
Find out $40 from now.
Give us your money and comment and like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete.
Nearly.
The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event.
Short and unpleasant.
Annoying. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend more time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. Why not Natsuki? Why don't I want to spend time with Natsuki or
because we don't like them.
True. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too.
They suck, apparently.
Saika! Yeah.
Saika. Oh, yeah. Dan! Sorry, I forgot it was me. You're the first one here.
Surprising, I know.
Thanks for being early.
That's funny. I thought last Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing.
I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. Boop, boop, boop.
Boop, 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 boop.
That dummy. That silly goose.
That bitch.
You'd think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder.
You know, with her depression.
I said that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all.
You should take a little responsibility for her, Dan.
She turns into a goat.
Yeah. Ow. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know?
Exchange? Monica, you know about that?
Of course I do.
Oh.
I'm the club president, after all.
She does everything. But I stammered, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession. That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think.
Great. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that.
Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets?
Sizor!
Sizor! They came out really nice!
It's Scyther.
Oh, shit. Not Scissor with it.
Not Scizor. Don't you think fucking Pokemon? He's one of the original 150.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
I know the cool ones out of the original 150, but...
You telling me Scyther's not cool?
He's cool, but he's a bug type, so, like...
He's got giant...
He is cool, but...
Giant claws.
He's also hard to get, isn't he? Kind of, like, defined, at least in the first one.
I don't fucking know. I don't play Pokemon.
At least on the areas I went.
I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Where's the music?
I don't know.
Okay, all right, Bob. You're crazy.
Robert, you are the only one who can see this right now. Halt your investigations immediately.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced.
Actually, 1 second.
It's one that I haven't read before.
Dollar percentage sign. Get out of my head. 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 Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving.
Oh. Well, someone's having trouble.
Yeah.
Someone needs a hug. Ah! What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach.
Dad? What's wrong?
Nothing. This
You
poem feels completely
It's not like
different.
you fucking copied this shit. Like, what do you mean what's wrong? Like, you created these, right? Like, this is your pamphlet. You mean at no problem, at no point during the fucking publication process of this pamphlet did you look at the content of that one and be like, huh,
Maybe that's a little sketch.
maybe I should go with like Robert Frost or something instead.
No.
Something classic.
This is the one. We really have to represent our members in our pamphlets for our
Yeah,
fucking
shit.
festival. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so...
Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom.
Don't strain yourself.
It's too late, I'm already straining myself. Monica calls out that after me. I quicken my pace, not listening to a fucking word she has to say. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori.
You should have.
It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help wake her up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always had been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. No response. I don't expect an answer. She's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I end up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do?
Or a serial killer.
In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door.